people? It's the Dub Podcast on I Live for Saturdays, the best college football channel on YouTube. Follow us on Twitter at I Live for Saturdays. 4 as in the number 4. Like, comment, and subscribe. And follow us on Vine. And thanks, J. Cole. So, one of my favorite people to talk about sports in the whole world is Erick, which we've had on the podcast a few times. I think twice, at least. He did off-season stuff. He's not a big college football fan. He likes college football, but not a huge one. Even though I've asked him to come on, just give any opinion he had, but he's respectfully declined, and we got him back this off-season. Quick background of Erick. He is a Wisconsin grad, big Wisconsin fan of all sports. He's actually got a love-hate relationship with Wisconsin sports, but probably not just one of my favorite people to talk sports about, but probably one of my favorite people to listen about, because he's a very intelligent guy. He's very reasonable, very logical, and he just comes from a completely different perspective. He's a big Bulls fan like me, big Bears fan as well, but he's got many interesting perspectives. He's just a really interesting dude to listen to and discuss. And we made a 1 hour long podcast, but we decided to just chop it up and make it into a series, have multiple podcasts or multiple videos, whatever you want to call them, where we talked about football, basketball, playoff basketball, just great athletes in general. I don't want to give everything totally away, and just some interesting little perspectives we had lots of fun. It's always a fun time on the pod. I love doing it. This is actually called, with Erick, every time Erick is on, is actually called For the Love of the Pod Edition. So this will be For the Love of the Pod Edition 1, first episode. So yeah, we had lots of fun. We had to chop it up because, again, it was really long. If you have a question for the pod, just type in the comments. Follow us on Twitter at I Live for Saturdays, and you can tweet us there, and we'll add you to the conversation. And hopefully we can get a bigger convo as just a sports community. And quick thing, we started talking about Daryl Morey. I clicked the record button a little too late, but just a quick perspective of what we were into, so that you're not too confused. All right, so enjoy. And it's really good. Like, he's just really smart, and he's just like really interesting to talk to.
I think he's. I just think you got to take a chance in some way. Like, you can't just be okay with losing, and you can't just be okay with because that was his whole mentality, is that he wants to win games. He's not trying to tank. He's gonna find some player, and they're gonna win games.
I think
somehow.
I think like the best part about Daryl Morey was that like he just like understands that like you need superstars. He wasn't sugarcoating. He's just like, we have no stars. How can we leverage our team to get stars? Like, oh, let's just stockpile draft picks. Somebody's gonna be unhappy. Like, look what happened with like the Jazz when they got rid of Darren Williams, or when like Carmelo went to the Knicks. Like, there's gonna be another one. There's always disgruntled stars, and like he just took advantage of that. Took advantage of a Thunder team that was thinking about like the future instead of thinking about right then and then, right then and now, when they were just coming off like a finals loss, and they're like, oh yeah, we're gonna trade a third best player, and Daryl Morey's like, oh yeah, I'll take him. Here's Reggie Jackson and some picks.
Is that who they gave up for?
They had some trash picks, man. Like, it was.
That's what they didn't they get Jeff Green or something?
Jeff Green's been on like his fifth team. Like, Jeff Green is like the guy that's like, I don't know. Like, you look at Jeff Green and he's got all the measurables, and he's like, yeah, this guy should be really good at basketball. And then he just disappears, and he goes like, he's on the floor for 30 minutes. Like, wow, he played for 30 minutes? Like, that's who Jeff Green is, like a player. Yeah. Like, the only thing I've ever heard about Jeff Green, like, every team always is excited about Jeff Green, and like, he never, like, he'll have like one good game. He'll have those moments where he's like, oh wow, Jeff Green's really good. I think Bill Simmons talked about it, because like the Celtics had Jeff Green. Yeah. And then he just like would get so angry because he sees Jeff Green playing. He's just like, wow, this player is like, he can ball. Like, he's got like all the things like he can do are just incredible. Yeah. And then he just has nights where it's like, where was Jeff Green? Like, oh, he played 30 minutes and he just never touch the ball. And
practice was garbage.
No, what is the thing that Jeff Green reminds me of someone? He like looks the part. You know what I mean? Like
So
he
he's
looks
Jay
the
Cutler.
part. There's someone. No.
measurables.
There's a person that's perfect. It's like, oh yeah, well he's got that potential, and he's got the body, and he's got the flashes of brilliance from time to time. But there's
Rudy Gay?
someone in my life. No, Rudy Gay is.
Rudy?
I don't hate Rudy Gay, but if I was like a hardcore like basketball fan with no reasonable logic, I would hate Rudy Gay because he just cares about paychecks, which is not wrong. It's not a bad thing.
No.
It's good for him.
Yeah. But I mean, he could have been a lot better than what he is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He doesn't give a shit about
Yeah,
basketball.
he doesn't.
He doesn't, and I don't blame him for it. He gets buckets and he gets paychecks. Like, what else do you want? And didn't he save Team USA?
Yeah.
So you can't hate him.
Yeah.
He saved Team USA. What was it in the FIBA, right? World Cup.
Yeah, I think it was FIBA.
Yeah.
He
saved our asses.
By Olympics, it was like all LeBron and all Wade abusing niggas and that.
Yeah.
Poor Chinaman. I saw China play them. It was unfair. Like, at one point it was just Dwayne Wade stealing the ball, alley-ooping to himself to like give it to Kobe. It's just disgusting. It's like, it's so unfair. And of course, those guys ended up on the same team.
Of course. What was I gonna say? I'm still trying
Jeff
to think
Green.
about Jeff Green looking the part. He reminds me of someone, and I'm gonna remember it like 2 hours
The
later.
NFL or the NBA?
I think it's the NFL. Or is it the NBA? It might be. Oh, Taj Gibson.
Oh man, Taj.
He's been living off potential for 10 years,
Except
dude.
he's 30.
Since he's
He entered the league as a 24-year-old rookie, and at 30, he still had potential.
One day he'll be
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
When he's 34,
when all he needs is starter minutes. I'm like, he's playing 30 minutes a game. What?
Yeah.
How many more minutes do you think he needs?
I hated the Taj Gibson support. You know, also what
You know what's weird is like as much as hate as Carlos Boozer got, when we had Carlos Boozer, we were still always a top 10 defense.
Yeah.
We had Pau Gasol, we dropped. I love Pau Gasol. It's the weirdest thing because I was craving Pau Gasol for the longest period of time as a Bulls fan, like ever since he was made available to the Grizzlies. Like from the Grizzlies, I was like, oh, Bulls should make a move for a post player because we don't have one because we got rid of LaMarcus Aldridge.
Yeah. Dumbest thing ever.
Yeah, and I was just like, Pau Gasol seems perfect. Especially after he got like one of those 2 championships. I'm like, yeah, he doesn't seem to be happy there. Bulls could use somebody like that. Kept talking about how much we would use a player like that. And we get him like 6 years later.
Yeah, we get 35-year-old
Yeah.
Pau Gasol.
Who's still really good, but it's just like you need somebody like Joakim Noah next to him. I don't hate on Bobby Portis or Taj Gibson, but they're just not as good as Joakim Noah is defensively.
I'll still take Pau over Carlos Boozer any day. Especially in their primes.
Oh
Especially
yeah,
in their
for
primes.
sure. But like, it's sort of just weird how that works out, right? Like we just talked about how much we hated Carlos Boozer, yet we always had top 5 defenses when we had him with
Yeah.
with Carlos Boozer playing 30 minutes a game.
Paul, was he ever a decent defender?
No, he's always been bad.
He always got those weak blocks,
he-
like he was playing patty cake.
he'll get
Like,
blocks.
he used to get those.
He
He
still
still gets
gets
it. He still gets it. But
He
that's what I remember him as a defender
Yeah,
in his prime.
he still gets blocked. I mean, he's 7 feet, so it's kind of hard to score over him. But it's not like he's, I don't know. It's not like he's not like a defensive force. Like you're never gonna confuse him for like Tyson Chandler or anything like that.
Yeah.
He's not like he wasn't a complete sieve like he is now. Like the worst thing I see from Pau Gasol is like he misses a basket from the free throw line and he's still the last one to get the other side, and then like somebody makes a layup and he tries to reach for it and he can't block the layup and
Yeah.
he just yells. He's like, bro, this was you. You had to move like 40 feet. He couldn't run fast enough, man. Like, god damn, like that says something. Like, you just don't have it anymore. Like,
I love.
he could have gotten away with that defense like 5 years ago, but like now he's 37. And it's just like you kind of have to get back.
Is he 37?
He's old, man.
I know he's old, but I thought he was like 36.
Is it really that big of a difference?
I
when you
guess.
start
Yeah,
thinking
I know,
about
but
that?
37 is way closer to 40. Like 37 sounds like you said 40.
I'm gonna look this up. Pau
Look it up.
Gasol.
Like 37 is 40 to
Oh, he's
me.
35.
Okay, that's what I'm saying.
I mean,
He's not 40 yet. 37 is 40 to me. Like Kobe is 40.
Kobe is 40.
Like I don't care. He's 38, right?
Well, he was drafted in '96, so
Have you watched any of the Kobe
he's been
farewell
playing for
shit?
20 years, so he's at least 36.
Who?
Kobe Bryant.
Oh right, yeah. Have
Yeah,
you
check.
watched his farewell tour shit?
Some of it.
I've watched.
He's 37. Yeah.
I saw a game. I forgot who it was against. Oh, it was the Bulls. Against the
Okay.
Bulls, and that was fun. It was cool to see him, and he was like interacting with the fans, and it was cool.
It's weird. I think the Kobe thing is weird to me still because
because
like,
he's nice now.
I hated him. Like I loved him as a player, but like I loved cheering against him. Like he was just like the perfect villain. Which is why I hate LeBron James, because I wish he would have embraced the villain role. Like I feel like we need that in sports. And like Kobe was just like, he loved that he got booed everywhere. Like everybody hated him.
Yeah.
Like he went from like when he entered the league as like this perfect like PC guy, and then obviously like the allegations that occurred, and he's like, well, fuck it, people hate me anyways. I'm just gonna be who I am now. Got Shaq out of town. Like.
Yeah, he was a dick.
Did all these things.
He kind of is a dick.
Like the stories that I heard from him, like, and obviously, like, maybe some exaggerated, but, like, after he beat Pau Gasol in the championship against Spain, like, in the Olympics, and they got second place, he, like, hung up his gold medal in Pau Gasol's locker, and was just like, it's like, I don't want you getting used to getting second place, so we gotta win this year. Because they had just lost to the Celtics, and then Pau Gasol just lost to Kobe.
Yeah.
And then you got an asshole just putting a gold medal in in your locker.
Those guys are good friends though. So
yeah, but that's still an asshole thing to do.
That is kind of an asshole.
It's like, yeah, you can be good friends, but if I just like rubbed my championship in your face after you lost to me, and we were like, oh, by the way, like, hope you don't get used to this losing all the time because we have to win this year.
But